Most people approach passive income like they're chasing fool's gold. They hear about the 5-year passive income rule and immediately start calculating returns, researching investments, and building elaborate spreadsheets. But here's the brutal truth that 95% of people miss completely. The 5-year rule isn't about the money at all. It's about surviving the psychological torture chamber that is the first half-decade of building passive income streams. If you've ever started building passive income only to abandon it after 6 months because progress felt impossibly slow, you need to understand what you're actually signing up for, because the math isn't the hard part. The math is predictable. It's your brain that will sabotage you every single step of the way. Here's what nobody tells you about the 5-year passive income rule. It's not a timeline for when the money starts flowing. It's a timeline for when your psychology finally stops working against you. And if you can survive those first 5 years without quitting, you unlock something most people never experience. Financial momentum that builds itself. But getting there requires understanding why your brain is wired to make you fail. Let's break it down. The 5-year passive income rule states that building meaningful passive income streams requires approximately 5 years of consistent effort before the psychological and financial benefits compound into something sustainable. This isn't about reaching a specific dollar amount. It's about reaching the point where passive income becomes a predictable part of your financial ecosystem rather than a side experiment you dabble in. Year 1 is excitement. You discover dividend investing or rental properties or affiliate marketing, and suddenly everything seems possible. You're motivated, you're learning, and you're convinced you've found the secret that everyone else is missing. The problem is that Year 1 results are microscopic. You might generate $50 in passive income while investing thousands of hours learning and thousands of dollars in capital. Year 2 is doubt. The novelty has worn off, and you're starting to realize this is harder than the YouTube videos made it seem. Your passive income might have grown to $200 monthly, but you're calculating the hours you've invested and wondering if you should have just worked overtime instead. Year 3 is the danger zone. This is where 95% of people quit. Your passive income might be approaching $500 monthly, which sounds decent until you remember you've been working on this for 36 months. Your friends think you're obsessed. Your family questions your priorities. And deep down, you're starting to wonder if you're wasting your time chasing something that only works for other people. The brutal reality of the 5-year rule is that progress doesn't follow the smooth upward trajectory we expect. It's a series of plateaus interrupted by sudden jumps. You might spend 6 months with no meaningful progress, then have a breakthrough month where everything clicks. This irregular pattern destroys most people's motivation because our brains are wired for linear progression. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far and want more topics like this, comment the word "more" so I know. What happens in years 4 and 5 is where the magic begins. Your earlier investments start paying higher dividends. Your rental properties appreciate in value while generating consistent cash flow. Your digital products begin selling themselves through compound marketing efforts. Most importantly, you've developed the skills and systems to identify and capitalize on new opportunities quickly. The psychological shift that occurs around year 5 is profound. You stop thinking about passive income as something you're building and start thinking about it as something you are. You become someone who generates money through assets rather than someone who trades time for dollars. This identity change is what separates people who build lasting wealth from those who chase quick wins. The compound effect isn't just financial. Your knowledge compounds. Your network compounds. Your confidence compounds. By year 5, you can evaluate a potential passive income opportunity in minutes rather than months. You know which strategies work for your situation and which ones are distractions. You've developed the emotional discipline to stick with boring, proven methods instead of chasing shiny new tactics. And to make any wealth-building process easier, we are creating the Trip to Wealth Command Center, a Google Sheet system that tracks your income, spending, investing, and net worth in one place. It acts as a strategy hub that reveals money leaks, growth opportunities, and how small changes compound. Join the early access list below. The tool will be out soon. Here's why most people fail the 5-year test. They treat passive income like a part-time job instead of a long-term investment in their freedom. When results don't match their timeline, they assume the strategy is broken rather than understanding that their timeline was unrealistic. They jump from dividend stocks to real estate to cryptocurrency to affiliate marketing, never staying consistent long enough for compound growth to take effect. The 5-year rule also explains why passive income advice from people who haven't been through the full cycle is dangerous. Someone who's been building passive income for 18 months can tell you about the excitement and the initial strategies, but they can't warn you about the psychological challenges of year 3 or the breakthrough moments of year 5. They're still in the early stages themselves. The most successful passive income builders treat the first 5 years as their education period, not their earning period. They expect slow progress. They budget for mistakes. They build systems that can survive their own emotional reactions to temporary setbacks. They understand that passive income isn't passive at all during the building phase. It requires active learning, active experimentation, and active persistence. The relationship between time and passive income is counterintuitive. The longer you build passive income streams, the faster they grow. A dividend portfolio that took 3 years to generate $1,000 monthly might grow to $1,500 monthly in just the next 12 months. Rental properties that required years of learning and saving might be acquired much more quickly once you understand the process. Digital products that took months to create might inspire similar products that take only weeks. What changes after 5 years isn't just your income. It's your entire approach to money and risk. You start making career decisions based on growth potential rather than immediate salary needs. You negotiate from a position of strength because you have multiple income streams. You can afford to be patient with investments because you're not dependent on any single source of income. You start thinking like an investor rather than an employee. The 5-year rule creates a natural filter. People who can't commit to 5 years of building something don't have the temperament for long-term wealth building anyway. The stock market rewards patient investors. Real estate rewards patient owners. Businesses reward patient entrepreneurs. If you can't be patient with passive income for 5 years, you probably can't be patient with anything long enough to build real wealth. To recap everything we've covered today, the 5-year passive income rule isn't about reaching a specific dollar amount. It's about developing the psychology, skills, and systems necessary to build sustainable passive income streams. Most people quit during years 2 and 3 when progress feels slowest. But those who persist discover that years 4 and 5 deliver exponential growth. The rule teaches us that passive income isn't passive during the building phase, and that consistency over time beats perfection in the short term. Success requires treating the first 5 years as an education period rather than an earning period, and understanding that psychological development is just as important as financial development. The 5-year passive income rule exists because building real wealth requires more than just money. It requires developing a completely different relationship with time, risk, and delayed gratification. Most people never develop this relationship because they quit before the compound effects take hold. But those who persist don't just build passive income. They build the mindset that makes all future wealth building easier and faster. The 5 years aren't just about the money you'll earn. They're about the person you'll become in the process of earning it. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice. It is important to conduct thorough research and consult with financial professionals before making any investment decisions. The value of investments can fluctuate, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always assess your risk tolerance and investment goals before allocating your capital. If you found value today, I highly recommend watching my next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to leave your comment below, especially if this video made you think differently. I appreciate your support more than you know. Until next time, stay consistent, stay patient, and stay winning. See you in the next one, Money Magician.